Period.
My dad. I started playing guitar when I was 6. My dad taught me how to play. I didn't really like it, but I just, it was just a cool thing to do, so I played. But I grew up in the Teatro Campesino, doing shows, plays over there. My dad marched with in the Chicano movement, and he was part of he played, you know, music for the bands, and he did a lot of theater. And so I got a lot of my music stuff from him. And I mean, yeah, that was basically how I came up. And so my parents were kind of older, on the older side, so I got a lot of Beatles and Beach Boys when I was younger, and a lot of salsa music and just like Cuban son stuff. So I mean, for me it was like this really non-hip-hop.
Mm-hmm.
Like growing up, it wasn't about, there was pretty much no hip-hop in my household. And you know, it kind of wasn't until I was 12 when I heard like Candy Shop, that was like the first thing I had listened to, and it was like, whoa, that's crazy. And so, you know, you kind of keep like digging and digging and digging until you kind of find a niche, and that's kind of what I did.
And when you were digging into the hip hop culture, what was that niche? What was that artist that made you want to say, shit, I want to do that?
I think it was Kanye for sure.
All right.
Kanye, because Kanye was the first, like, Kanye and Lupe, they were like the first people I saw that didn't have to be super ghetto to, like, you know what I mean?
To rap into
rap and to be in that culture. I mean, for me it was this whole, especially Lupe with Kick Push, that song kind of changed my life, because it was this sense of I never really fit in, where, like, you know, I wasn't Mexican enough because I spoke English correctly, or I spoke, you know, I didn't speak with a Spanish accent. And I spoke Spanish most of my life. I just was too afraid, because if I spoke Spanish, I wasn't going to be
You want to be
Mexican
considered Chicano
and
or
Latino. And if I spoke English to, like, the whiter kids, I would, you know what I mean?
Be them.
So for me, it was this niche where it was like, when Kanye was talking about how, you know, when he was with his dad, it was a different thing. It was with his mom, it was a different thing. And how that you know, how do you get that? You know, I'm from the hood. All my life, all my friends are in, you know, in impoverished neighborhoods. How do I deal with it when, you know, my mom's a teacher, which Kanye's mom was a teacher too, and you know, how do you deal with that when you're trying to also be, you know, politically correct and try to come off not, you know, hood and ratchet kind of thing. But you know, I think like the fact that we have, because I work in the schools, you know, I'm trying to get my teaching credential right now, but but I see all these kids and they're all listening to all this shit, and all this shit is either, you know, this real trap, like fuck bitches, get money, shoot people, which is fine, you know what I mean? That was a lot of rap. That was NWA for a while, but never once would they let that shit slide when you have people that are actually fucking needing help in the hood. I feel like somebody like Schoolboy, who can really get that feeling out, that gangsta thing, and he really has that sense of, I'm gonna say something, and I'm gonna make you feel badass when I say it. And he does. He makes you feel badass when he says it. And it's the same feeling that you can get from one of those other songs, but then he'll turn it around and do a song like Prescription Drugs and make you really think about why he's doing it, and what, you know, what is the negatives, what are the positives, what's really going on. And in his album, you can really feel that. And I'm not a hypocrite. I try to listen to as many of the albums that I talk shit about. But in those albums, you don't see that. It's all trap. I'm gonna make pop songs because hip hop's the new pop. But I feel like there's still those guys that are, you know, trying to break.
That are genuine.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of guys that are genuine. I think the problem is when we have our idols, you know, like when Jay-Z feels like he has to make a Magna Carta Holy Grail, then we're in deep shit. I mean, you know, I bought the album and was excited about the album, and I thought that the Blueprint 3, as much shit as people gave him for that, I thought that album was a good album. I thought he was talking about something, you know, his perspective as being someone who's, you know, successful. And how, you know, I thought that was it. And that's what I thought I was going to get with Magna Carta, but it was all this trap shit that was copying this younger generation of people that I feel are all followers. And I'm not saying all trap is, you know, that shit.
All right. When everyone's chasing the same damn girl, it feel like in a race with the whole damn world. And I feel like Vegeta when he lost his pride. Man, I swear to God, I'm off sides. I'm sides. Throwing pitches and nobody's catching it. I feel like they're 49ers and I'm Kaepernick. He ain't the only one that's missing a ring. All I need is a toilet for a throne to be rap king. What the hell is happening? I'm breaking out like acne, and all of a sudden Velma is turning into Daphne. I'm on the song, they're tracking me, strung out like attacking me. My balls are so big, the whole city will be sack tapping me. Cause rap is the girl in the song that I'm chasing. Well, besides the actual girl in the song that I'm chasing. Well, he's not gay, but I'm fucking road chasing to support every dream that I kept down in the basement. And my soul is blowing up like a damn spirit bomb. Cause if I try to be like them, then it will be a don't hear it song. See, I'm the hottest in the race, that's why I perspire. I'm circling like bulges till I'm down to the wire. I'm on fire on this track, that's why I burn shit when I rap. Cause you're a flaming piece of crap. Cause when I went and burnt your ass while you're chasing green like rap, I'll be making beats off that, just like this beat that I carry like the mask. When everyone's chasing the same damn girl, it feel like in a race with the whole damn world. And I feel like Simba when he lost his pride. Man, I swear to God, I'm off sides. I'm off sides. Damn, whether it's
Really,
your
for me,
me,
a lot of it
what I'm
is,
doing, they're asking me, making me a song with them.
is let me shed something off, or let me take a risk that I've never taken before every time I try to make a new song. And for me, when I made my album, it was how I want to hit every single angle I want to hit, and I had 18 songs, so it was probably way too many angles to hit. But okay, this is how I feel about this. I want to make sure that I'm okay, you know what I mean? I'm okay with the fact that, you know, I wasn't like super cool in high school. And I'll take that to an extreme and just, okay, that's one thing, that's one layer. Let's keep next layer. Okay, maybe I don't know, I used to jerk off a lot. Boom. You know, I didn't lose my virginity in high school. Boom. You know what I mean? Like I could, and for me, it's like those are hard things to say. The deeper you get into those,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? And I think that the more you shed off, the more you're a person, and the more that people can say, this dude's a fucking idiot. And the more they can, you know, really hurt me. But at the same time, if I let it all out, that's the most you can do to me. And I feel like if if I can be out there, then maybe other people can take that in. Because I know we all have things that we can kind of reach out and connect to. Like, oh, he said that. That's exactly how I feel. You know? And so that was kind of my thing is just, you know, I think Louis C.K. said something about that, where he tries to say something like really heartfelt and like something that is really hard for him to say, and then go even deeper the next time. And I
it reflects in his in stand-up too, because he'll say something that's really deep, but then he'll make a joke out of it.
Yeah,
and then it's just like,
and it's painful to laugh at because it's so true to you that he's like, I mean, it's, you know, it's almost a Christian thing where you know what I mean? You're sacrificing yourself for the audience enjoyment. He said what I need to say. I don't need to say that anymore. You know what I mean?
Richard Pryor said a quote back in the day. He said, "The best comedy always comes from truth."
Yeah.
You know, and I feel that's pretty much the best way in any entertainment, any form of art that you can. Because the best art will always come from truth.
Come from truth and not, you know, and not being phony. And we have so much shit, especially with like the internet and Facebook. All this meme of a beach picture and then somebody saying something that's like, you know, deep or whatever.
Yeah.
And this is how I feel, which it's really just a shield to say, I you know, I can kind of relate to this, but this is the front I'm putting on. Where I don't want to, you know what I mean? I don't want to get my hands dirty. I'm going to quote somebody else, which I don't think it's bad to quote somebody else and find things that you can relate to.
You just feel like it's disingenuous by the way they're doing it.
Yeah,
like,
I think there's
like that's not how you feel.
Like the
but
whole Coney thing that was going on.
Yeah.
It was like, do you really care, or are you just sharing it? And
right.
And are you really doing anything? I thought it was disrespectful with the candles on Facebook, and that's just me. I understand that a lot of people did that.
I did. Yeah.
I understand that. So for me, it wasn't even the fact that it happened. It was just, you know, it's a terrible thing to happen, but what is me doing that on Facebook? How do we really be genuine? It's impossible. I'm guilty of that stuff all the time. You know, I hide behind we hide behind masks. So how do we take them off and kind of show the world, like, here's everything I am, here's everything I have to offer?
I feel as if but society, we do need those masks because we don't want people to see that we're vulnerable as a person. We have to put on this front. And it's true as a hip hop artist too, because I mean, you know this more than I do, because like you're putting it all out there, and yet you're making yourself an easy target for other MCs. You know, they're like, oh man, I can pick this guy off, or this guy isn't a challenge. I mean, do you feel as if when you're writing a song that you gotta always step up, or you always gotta show improve?
Yeah, I have to show the fact that I'm an MC. The fact that you know what I mean? Because I'm really self-conscious. I'm super self-conscious. I really care what people think about me. So for me, I have to make sure that there's nothing you really could say that's, say to me. And I feel like it's the same thing like if like Eminem when he on 8 Mile when he does that whole thing like, yeah, I'm white trash and all that, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, when he's dissing himself.
When he's dissing himself, it's like, what can you say to them after? I think Hobson said a similar thing, like, I'm just gonna show everything I can, and so at the end of it, there's nothing there that's gonna hurt me because I've kind of cleansed myself of it.
Baby girl, you're like Corona and lime. When I drink you, I take my time. One sip from me, girl, and I'm done. Oh, to think that you look so sweet.
But he also does music. He also has a band called The Mondays. Now, is that a play on the word the mundane, or is that just like because you have a case of the Mondays?
It was a case of the Mondays.
Okay.
That's what it was.
So how'd that whole thing come about?
Well, I liked the Mondays. My whole thing is forever. It's been the moon. So I like the concept of the moon. So the moon day is is Monday. So I just decided the Mondays was cool. You have to have a name with the for some reason for me. I don't know, like that's what makes it like classic, you know what I mean? Like the Doors, the Beatles, the Eagles, the band, you know what I mean? We were Los Guys, that was our first name, which was actually pretty dope, but that didn't stick. So that was that. I mean, it was the Case of the Mondays idea.
I peeped that song out that you have on there, the music video.
Oh,
Explain that whole concept, because when I was watching it, like that girl that was in there, and you're chasing her, was that all a dream, or it was like, how did that all play out?
Yeah, I think that was the whole concept, was the fact that it was a dream, and I end up, I mean, I'm not the kind of guy, like, I don't want to make a music video with, the girl and that whole thing. For me, it's if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna make it kind of funny, as funny as I possibly can.
No, it was pretty hilarious.
So yeah, no, it worked out. We showed it at the Watsonville Film Festival, and I think it got a huge. I actually wasn't there, but I was told that it got a big laugh, so that's good. I worked it out with my buddy Steve at UCS. He did really great filming. My friend Alex and I worked it out with them, and I storyboarded it out, and it came out cool. I was happy with it.
Yeah, and then you got the whole band, and they're like throughout the places. Did you really push that dude down?
Yeah, we rehearsed that. Me and my. That's
it looked like you went out of your way to push him out. Dude.
That's our keyboard player, Ivan. No, yeah, he's cool. He's chill with it. I think we took that like 5 times.
Five times?
We took that a really long time. That was the last time, because it was just too early, or like he didn't swing his legs out enough or whatever.
Yeah, that last take looked like you really did just push him though. You just like, boom.
Yeah, I shoved him, but he knows how to fall. So he's they're athletic guys.
And then the whole at the end though, why were they in the room watching you? Were you sleepwalking the whole time?
I don't know what that was. I just wanted to have them. They actually didn't cut it right because I wanted them to go, dude, what the fuck, and then have it be like beeped out or whatever. But that didn't end up happening. I just thought that scene popped in my head, so that's what I wanted to happen. But it didn't really work out that way.
Now, what was the whole? Did you guys ever release that demo?
No, we're still in the process of making it right now. We have 3 other tracks that are close to done, and we're probably looking at a 7 what do you call them? 7-part or 7-song mixtape demo EP thing. Yeah, and I'm gonna call it Demonstration. That was gonna be the title.
Did you guys all grow up together?
No, I grew up. Miguel, who was he was the one playing guitar.
Mm-hmm.
Me and him grew up. We went to Alianza school when we were younger, and I was really good friends with his younger brother, and I stayed friends throughout high school. But when I went to high school, I joined the jazz rock band at PV High, and so all of us kind of were in that program. And I played congas. I was the percussion section, and then I moved up to the trap section. You know, my friend played sax, and then Ivan played the keyboard, and Jesse played drums. But me and Miguel have been pretty close since my freshman year of high school, and even before, just because of his brother.
Now, do you ever mix your hip hop with your band, or do you try to keep that separate?
No. We play a few songs that are hip hop songs that I wrote in high school.
Okay.
I would come. Those are the guys that I'd kind of, if I had my little demo or whatever, they'd be the only people to get it, and they would know the song. So when we formed the band, that's when we started doing that stuff. We play. I mean, we try to do is like funky, you know, but we do whatever we do. I mean, we're the Mondays. That's what we're just gonna do whatever. And a lot of times I'll play stuff from my mixtape. You know, just whatever I bring in, I think.
Now, are they gonna make an appearance on your upcoming mixtape?
No, they're not. Ivan and Jesse were both on my last mixtape that I'm still trying to sell, commercial. But
So what's the name? Well, you can't tell them the mixtape and not give them the title.
yeah, Heartbreak Rap and Other Crap. It's 18 songs. I'm selling it for $10. But if you buy it just hit me up. If you hit me up on Facebook, then I will drive to you personally unless you're way too far. So like maybe an hour is the most, but I will drive to you personally and deliver it because I really want to get those out. And I'm really proud of the project though. My friend Miguel helped me mix most of the songs. It was Dennis did a lot of the vocal mixing and a lot of the vocal mixing, and Miguel did most of the beats, the instrumentals. So I did all the production on it, and both Dennis and Miguel really just helped me out all kinds. I mean, for me, it's recording. I don't really record with the band. If I'm gonna record, I'm gonna record normally hip hop. My projects alone are gonna normally be hip hop projects, but I'm also doing a project with my dad. We're both recording a 60s rock, like 60s rock album that we're probably gonna put out, and so that's another thing. I'm working on a lot of stuff. I always am trying to keep my stuff up, but the You Like video and was our first kind of shot at recording, so we're gonna get that out.
You guys write your own like when I noticed you play the guitar in the video.
Yeah.
You actually play guitar, right?
Yeah.
And do you write your own notes as well and write your own music?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, Miguel wrote the chords and the bass line to You Like, and then and he wrote the lyrics too, and I just sang the melody. So me and him work together a lot of times. A lot of times I just I'll sit with I have a few songs. I even have a song about my girlfriend gets mad, but about a girl I used to like, and it has her name on it, but I didn't bring that to the band for 2 years, So for me, I sit with the songs. If it's for my band, I'll sit with the songs and I'll make sure that they're perfect before I take it to the band, and then we'll kind of figure out what we're gonna do with it. But yeah, I mean, most of the songs are about old flings and old relationships because I don't take them till 2 years in. They're not with my hip hop songs. I'm right in there.
Is it a lot easier to express yourself hip hop than it is through the band?
Yeah, I think so.
How so?
I could say, like I said, I can make the layers. I feel like for me, it's a lot easier to say things where I can just say things. With music, I always felt like if I'm having girl problems, then I will more likely want to play guitar and sing. But if I'm just pissed off about something, yeah, I think hip hop's my outlet. I just feel like, there's even one song on my mixtape that's not a hip hop song. It's just pretty much a straight, rock and roll R&B kind of song. So for me, it's like, I don't really go by, it's just wherever the song's gonna take me musically, however I feel, if I'm producing it or how I feel about getting on it or whatever. It's depends on the feeling, really.
I don't know, dude, because when I write, dude, like I always tend to go overboard. I tend to take it to that extreme. Do you always do that?
Yeah, I mean, I do that when I produce. People get mad at me because I'll I'll have something that I think is solid, and I'll be like, people aren't gonna think it's complicated enough. Let me add this. Let me add this. Let me add this. Let me add this. And I feel like it's shit, so I throw it away after. I mean, it's just the same thing. You know, as an artist, you're gonna like second guess yourself and keep adding more shit and just clutter it up.
I think it's when you second guess yourself is that you're on the right track. Honestly, I mean,
Yeah.
a lot of people think that's the wrong way of looking at it.
No,
but,
I think that's a perfect way of
you know,
looking. That's a good thing because that's what I do.
You know, because if you're second guessing yourself, like, oh, I don't know, like, is this good enough? Let me record and see how it sounds, or let me write this, or maybe add this right here.
Yeah.
You know, and then sometimes, you know, the little add, a little minus works. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I mean, Oso really coached me in trying to get like da 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 da. I mean, I try to shove as many words as possible because for me the words are the most important part.
Mm-hmm.
But to actually get that flow and get that delivery is really what I'm going to focus on the next project. And I feel like my next project's going to be, hey guys, I can rap. You know? Yeah, I think of myself as a songwriter first, but I can rap and I can go toe to toe with you know, a lot of people, and I feel like I have a really strong, you know. All right. I'm filled with insecurities like an HR complaint box. Holy shit, being dumped on by the Saint Ox. Lame talks just to get her attention. I'm kind of tall and handsome, but I'm worried about complexion. See, life gets dark when you treat it that way, moving in black and white like a zebra dance way. Who am I? Rearranging that every day just to say I need to come through with everything I play. Okay, the disaster is I'm losing my head, kind of like a horse in a mafia bed. But in bed, I listen to the words I never said. All I have to do is go up to her and get acquainted. But I have less self-confidence than I used to. No hope from fame from YouTube. No hope for a career and I'm going insane. But I'm healthy and I'm young, so I guess I can't complain. I knew this kid with dry eyes. Only in middle school and he's already compromised. Gang violence. His father's not alive, so the only way to fight the pain is by getting high. Another student. Hard life, really bright. But he always seemed to find his way into a fight. I'm just lucky I got a dad who wants me in his life and a mom who took me in every night. So every time I say, I wish I had a deal, man, saying that I'm tired, like they ask me how I feel, man, I should be feeling super like the man of steel, man. Satisfaction and respect's the only thing that makes a real man. So in life, we gotta focus on the positive. Negatives attract, but keep it comfy like an ottoman. Maybe my dreams won't pan out, but I gotta win, because at least I can live my life thinking, yeah, I got it in. So I know that I've been restrained, and I know when life rearranges, goals get so hard to attain. Still I swear that I can't complain, no.
Why can't we lay our arms down? The only arms I want to see on your embrace. Things they defend will cause us harm now. Just take the time to look at coldness in their face. The boundaries won't align, they suffocate. And for your bottom line, as we campaign to hate, and I say, why can't you please stop all the scoffing? Why can't you please leave it in your mouth? Why can't you please drop all the bullets? Why can't you see we can live without? We wonder why all these things happen, but push these people to unrest.
The best actors in the movie were Magneto and Professor Xavier, both of them. Besides that, Hugh Jackman's not a good Wolverine, and everybody needs to fucking face that shit. And everyone who's not a nerd could say that Hugh Jackman's a good Wolverine.
You know
but he's not short, and you like him too much. You can't like Wolverine. You have to kind of fucking hate Wolverine because he's kind of a dick. Or else you make Scott Summers, who is my favorite superhero of all time, a little bitch. So then why the fuck would Jean Grey want to be with Scott? He's a little bitch. I wouldn't want to be with him. I want to be with Wolverine. So then why the fuck is she still with Scott? It doesn't make sense. Wolverine's too nice of a guy.